Coming to the stage right now, contestant number 3, Mike Robison. And he says, I've been doing comedy for about a year now, and I love it. I love humor the way Jack loved Rose in Titanic. You already got a laugh, all right. If I could, I would draw a picture of it naked. All right. I'm starting to take credit for his lines here. This isn't right. I would make love to humor in the back of an antique car. I would freeze to death in the Atlantic Ocean for humor. I wouldn't even do that stuff for my wife. That's how much I love humor. I can be seen every Wednesday at Buffalo Wild Wings in Twin Falls, where I tell some jokes and lead a trivia challenge. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Robison.
Wow. All right. Well, as you know, my name is Mike Robison, and I'm pretty new to comedy. If comedy was a lifespan, I'd still be an infant. And man, I'm nervous. This is by far the largest empty auditorium I've ever performed in front of. I'm keeping my fingers crossed here that tonight will go a little something like my first night being naked in front of my wife. I'm just gonna stand up here and show you what I've got and probably get laughed at. How many married couples do we have here? Just by show of hands, a lot of you. All right, most of you probably have been married longer than I have, but if you haven't discovered this, let me give you a piece of advice. The stupidest thing that a male can do in a relationship is ask his wife to judge the size of his package. I know this because I've done it. I said to my wife, this lovely young lady in the front row, I said to her one time, honey, you've seen a lot of wieners. Okay, wait just a second, guys, wait. In all fairness to my wife, she's a nurse. Okay? Plus, she's had sex with a lot of guys. So I said, honey, out of all the wieners you've seen, where does mine rank on like a scale of 1 to 10? And she says, Michael, I will not answer that question for you. And I said, why not? And she says, because I don't want you to feel bad about yourself. The stupid thing is that as guys, I think we keep putting ourselves in these situations. And what we've got to realize, give me a woot if this is correct, girls, that the girls that we're with love us in spite of maybe our lack of package girth, right? No woots. Okay, thank you. Well, my wife has learned to love me in spite of that. In fact, I think she's learned to love me for it. We just got done making love one time, and I'm out of breath. I'm sweating like a pig. I've got a nasty cramp developing in my hamstring. And I said to my wife, honey, did I satisfy you? And she says, nope. But it sure was cute watching you try. So, man, childbirth is a scary thing, okay? Childbirth, not just for the women, okay? I have never seen anything so violent in my life. And I was in the Army, okay? As soon as my wife's butt hit that table, her punani began to erupt. And I'm like, oh God, is it supposed to do that? It looks like Dante's Peak. And my wife's like, what's wrong? What's wrong with my punani? What are you talking about, Mike? And the doctor says, don't worry, ma'am. There's nothing wrong. You're a beautiful flower. And my wife looks at me and she says, is he lying to me, Michael? You better tell me. And I said, no. And she goes, bullshit, you're both lying to me. And I said, I know, honey. What did you want me to say? Your punani looks like somebody spitting red Kool-Aid. Whoever said that childbirth is the most beautiful thing that a person could witness has obviously never watched his wife puke all over her own boobs. My wife is up there grunting. And all of a sudden she goes, oh crap, I've got to get to a bathroom. I'm going to throw up. And the doctor says, there's no time, puke on your boobs. And my wife goes, no way, I'm not puking on my boobs. I've got to get to a bathroom now. And I said, honey, how are you going to make it to a restroom with an epidural and a head dangling between your legs? And my wife says, I don't want anybody to see me puke. And I said, honey, we're all too busy staring at your poo nanny to see you puke. Modesty should not be a concern right now. So finally my son is born, and the nurse comes up to me and she says, Mr. Robison, would you like to see your newborn son? And at this point I'm hypnotized. The doctor is starting to pull the placenta out of my wife, and there is a pile of gore amassing between her legs, unlike anything that I've seen since the last Saw movie came out. And she repeats herself. She says, Mr. Robison, would you like to see your newborn son? And I'm like, yeah, just a minute. And she gets kind of impatient. She says, Mr. Robison, we need to take him to the nursery now. And I said, lady, can it wait till a commercial? All right, thank you guys very much. Vote number 3, Mike Robison.
This thing still on? All right. Awesome.